Zherka, 19-year-old. I guess he's talking about himself. My life is basically shit. Obviously, you're 19. I'm a loser pussy. Who used to cope with the gym. Me too. But the never-ending self-aggression and thought loops got me back in the rat hole. I love how this guy sounds like me. I went from the most popular comedian in class to hating and avoiding people and being on my own. Oh, this is sounding like me, right? What the fuck? Remember the class clown to fucking never talk? I never spoke after high school. Also, it's nothing new. I've been through these cycles before, but still, any advice with the knowledge you have? I'll tell you this, bro. Anytime someone uses the word cycle, you know this is the first problem you should deal with. When you just said cycle, meaning you're expecting more seasons of this shit. It means you can't even have a month of winning without, it's cycle depression time. You're seasoning your depression, bro.
The most dangerous thing you can have as an adult is a split, what we would call a splitting of objects, right? So you have a good version of yourself, the funny comedic version, and you have a bad version of yourself, this depressed sort of isolated version.
Male and female, negative and positive polarities. Huh? These are the negative and positive polarities of yourself.
Extremely dangerous. Those two need to be integrated immediately. You need to,
and that means every day with everything you do.
Yes.
And this is not hard work. This is something you'll enjoy.
This is another concept. This is a weekly podcast. We're going to get into it, but you guys need to know the terminology. There's a term we have called splitting in object relations. It's the idea that
when you split the legs and eat the cunt. I've never done it because I saw the shadow of that fucking desert storm. Go ahead. Try and answer it now. All you think of is that.
As an infant, the infant needs to split the mother into a good mother and a bad mother.
I'll add those ad libs.
Yeah.
Okay. But what do you mean by the infant? No. I'm making it harder. But what do you mean by, guys, sorry. The ADHD is coming roaring, bro. Go. What do you mean by the ad libs?
The infant needs to split the mother into a good mother and a bad mother because it needs to be able to feed without feeling a sense of anxiety.
So you have arguments with your mom, and you have a negative mother that day.
No, dude, we're just talking about infants. They need to. We have basic instincts for life and death, right? We seek nourishment, and we try to move away from things that may bring the idea of death, right? We get closer to death. We try to escape those. But the infant needs to think that the mother's split into two beings. There's a good mother that feeds it and a bad mother that doesn't. And if it doesn't split those two, it starts to manifest as the infant being scared while it's feeding. That creates insecurity. That can create oral fixation.
Is that a beta male when they grow up?
No. So what ends up happening is that you're never able to integrate those two. If you're unable to see a good and a bad, you start to love hatefully and you start to hate lovingly. And that's where we see all the attachment.
Explain love hatefully, though.
You love hatefully, which means every time you love somebody, it's in a corrupted, perverse way, right? I had a client a long time ago who would tell me he likes me, but then he'd have to specify, but I'm not gay, I'm not homosexual. Because
that's a fucking homo, bro. Sorry to break it to you.
He's not, though.
That guy's not beating it off to you after the session.
He's not. It has nothing to do with that.
So you're depressed because you busted. Don't bust me. Yeah, go ahead.
You love hatefully and you hate lovingly. Everything is corrupted as an adult.
Damn, so that means you get a girlfriend, you're happy, but then you have this
that's where you develop anxious attachment styles, where you fear rejection, and the only thing that can prevent you... Imagine fearing rejection and seeking validation. That's a twisted concept if you think about it technically speaking.
Why?
Because if you fear rejection and you pursue validation through other people, that's those are separate polarities. Does that make sense?
Yeah, kind of.
It's the pursuit of validation in a place where they could also reject you. There's such a dichotomy there that it...
Wait a minute. When you're thinking of rejection all the time, now that's that internal relationship she's having with you, and you're psychically sending her signals of a beta male that's fearing rejection. Like she's gonna pick up the fact that you're
You will
afraid.
project that. What was his original question? There's a point to make here.
Basically, it's negative thought loops and cycles.
Oh yeah. So the most important thing you can do as an infant, and there's no way for us to go back to it, but you have to go back and reanalyze your childhood, is you have to be able to effectively split the good mother and the bad mother, so you could feed securely, you don't feel a sense of danger around it. And then as an adult, the opposite needs to happen. You need to be able to integrate those two split objects. You need to be able to see people as being complex and good and bad and all these things. My sense with this person is that he's in a position where he hasn't developed out of that split.
Oh my God!
What we would call the paranoid schizoid position. It has
Just
nothing to do with
said-
paranoia or schiz.
You said you could see someone's complex. I have this weird thing I do where I only see people as good or bad.
Yes,
But when it flips, bro, it's like I'll
But
do
here's
more
the
favors for Heel Mike.
yeah,
The
but-
day
yeah,
he snakes
but-
me and oops, sorry, I forgot. I switch him into bad.
correct. And he's
block
always
him.
been bad.
He's
the only
always
times
been
he's
bad. Yeah.
confused when he deceived you into
Yeah,
making you
exactly.
think. That's a terrible place to be in, because now your present defines the past and the future. Extremely. Mike is
So-
never
so
a good
when I
person. He deceived me into thinking he's a good person.
Yeah.
Extremely dangerous. You need to
And
be able
that
to-
makes me make monsters out of friends.
correct. Yeah.
And
But
so you're saying, because you said the word complex, that means
no,
there's a middle ground.
So you have
Yeah, there are complex figures.
there's no sense of continuity in your life. The past is recreated every time you have an interaction with somebody.
Why? What do you
Because
mean?
when you have an interaction with Mike and he pisses you off, he's always been a bad person. The past never existed. You create a new past where he was a bad person.
Oh yeah, I do clean slate him every
Yeah.
time.
Extremely.
And you're
dangerous.
saying there's complexity to
that
friendship.
manifests as borderline personality disorder. It can manifest in psychosis, as schizophrenia. It can
Get the
manifest in
fuck out of here,
bipolar.
psychosis.
Psychosis.
How?
Yeah, that's the object.
Oh, like he's out to get me. Heel Mike is out to
No, you go back and recreate your past. You
Oh
destroyed the past.
shit! I'm a psychopath.
Instead of no, it's not the same. Not a psychopath. Psychosis.
Give me all your
Break.
fucking money. It's like robbing you.
But that's extremely dangerous. What you guys should be on the lookout for is look at the interactions you have with people. If you find that when somebody pisses you off, it changes your entire perception of them. You need to go and evaluate where that's coming from.
Oh, and you know what's funny is
Because if you're
that
recreating
world
the
that
past-
crashes where he becomes a bad guy is always when I'm having a bad day.
No, but he's not just a bad guy in that moment for you. He's always been a bad guy. The only
Yeah.
times he's good to you is if he deceived you.
And it's funny is
and
he's-
you'll project that onto the future.
yeah, and it's
there's-
not that deep. He's just a chill homie.
The healthy approach, and of course, this is all things that can be worked on. So, you don't have to stress about it. It's something that can be.
Oh,
addressed
wait a
in
minute.
counseling. But
But what if you see like a girlfriend does something stupid and bad,
yeah,
and then she becomes a figure of like fuck this bitch in your head? What if you're like noticing a pattern with the bitch though?
if there's a pattern, maybe it's different, and it's.
But then
case-
you'd still say there's complexity to her.
But the only argument in psychotherapy is we can't change other people. We have to analyze ourselves. We have to be certain in our.
Oh,
understanding
that's
of
why
the-
people cut people out of lives because you can't change someone.
It may be, but if you cut out Mike because he pissed you off in a moment,
Yeah.
you need to.
Imagine I cut out a giant billionaire business partner because he pissed me off.
But you,
it would just it would ruin my life.
There's another way to look at that. You may not feel deserving of spending time with a billionaire, of being in
Yeah.
that realm, and you'll create those conditions. You'll self-sabotage.
Yeah.